Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Morning. Yes, this is going to be a quick one, but we've got another rider. He's a really interesting guy. He's done a lot of jobs and he's just telling me about Dynamo, some other people. And we're just going to hear his story. So welcome. Here you are.
Hi, my name's Shane Maguire, 48-year-old Irishman living in the UK for the last 30 years. Used to be a very good chef, but of course with the blessings of COVID, I've been made redundant, so now I work as a delivery courtesy driver for Mercedes. Thankfully, the Mercedes garage I work at is in Temple Fortune. It's in a very affluent area, and I get to meet quite a lot of celebs and famous people. And recently, I just delivered a bespoke, handmade-built G-Wagon to the very famous magician Dynamo. He was a very nice chap, but he actually spent way too much money on what I think is a highly overpriced car. Anyway, the thing is, he's a lovely guy, and he's absolutely mad for dogs.
Did he show you any tricks?
No, he was there with his mum and dad when we went round to the house.
Oh, is it?
So I picked up his old one, and I was really quite surprised because, you know, I'm a dog lover and that kind of thing, but it was like a dog kennel inside. It was because he bought one for about 130 grand about the year before. Yeah. But I was surprised, like someone of his money and his talents, that the inside of the car was absolutely rotten, dirty. And when I brought it back to the garage, because they did a part exchange and all, it took them 2 weeks to clean the car and get the smell out of the leather seats and all that. Yeah.
Dogs and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he's a dog lover and all that, but I thought, my God,
so wait,
you know.
You can have that rubber mat in the boot.
Well, that's, yeah, but he had all... No. I think he was feeding them grub on the back seat and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And who else have I done? I've delivered down to the Beckhams, but I never actually met them because you only get in to see the security. Who else have I done? Loads of doctors and lawyers. Who else have we done that's famous?
Have you ever? What's your most preferred car to drive for Mercedes?
For Mercedes, they do a GLS, which is a massive, big kind of station wagon. Yeah. That to me is ultimate luxury. I mean, I've driven S classes and I've driven Maybachs and all the big ones. But if I won the lottery, say I get them Euro Millions now tomorrow night and that. I'll be in touch with you because we'll be getting you an upgrade from your Kia. We'll get you some. We'll get you an S-Class for your businesses. You can do the Uber XL. I'll get the GLS. It's supreme comfort, and they do a Maybach version of it. It's about 180 grand, which has got airline seats and all that kind of stuff. So and that's what I'd like.
Maybach is Mercedes.
Yeah.
Really? So Maybach
is the exclusive end of Mercedes
like
cars.
Rolls Royce.
Their version of Rolls Royce. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's it. Simon Cowell, he comes down. He got his Maybach middle of the year, June, July. Obviously, they don't come down. They send down their driver and stuff like that. But yeah, we look out for Simon Cowell's cars. And
really? So no celebrities come there to pick their own cars?
Very rarely. They might come down to have a look. But generally, like we do lots of stuff for Arsenal football team and Tottenham, because they've got all the up on West Heath Avenue, is the Arsenal team apartments. Yeah. So they've got 20 luxury flats that they bought. I think it was about 15 or 16 million quid they had built for all the first team players. So when they're in town or training or whatever, they all stay up there.
And they all get given cars.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some of them have got GTRs, but most of them got A classes, little A classes. That's for the wives and for the nannies and for running around and stuff like that. But we're forever up and down picking them up. There's about 30 or 40 cars. So you on one side.
Do you do chauffeur work as well?
I do sometimes in the evenings if there's clients want it. But a lot of we'll do stuff for Mercedes if they're taking somebody out. If they want to show somebody how the car is, like we'll drive them into town to go out for a meal or whatever and take them back. But mostly it's just delivering personal cars and things like that. So
regardless of your circumstances, you kind of fell on your feet.
I did really. I was quite lucky. I mean, a lot of my friends are really struggling for work in the catering trade. And like I said to you earlier, I've applied for so many jobs and heard nothing back. I'm kind of a bit scared for the future, but luckily, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And my brother-in-law is involved in Mercedes and offered me in June to come over and start doing a bit of driving. And I was kind of reluctant because I've been a chef all my life, and I thought, you know, it's a bit of a step back, but you know, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth because it's a steady wage. They're nice people. That, you know, the Mercedes crowd, you know, they do look after you well. They treat you fairly, and it's a luxury, lovely product. I mean, we don't drive any bangers. It's all brand new motors.
Any vintage cars?
There's some of the old 350 SLs. We get a couple of the old ones in. There's some American guy lives up in Highgate. He's got a couple of, they're about 25-year-old cars, but they're absolutely mint condition. But they're priceless, absolutely priceless. They're, you know, like they'd be auction value.
Yeah, like they've just come off the show.
Yeah.
So, like Boris is saying, by 2030 everything's electric. Do you know what's going to happen with
I know that they're looking at, I mean, they brought out the EQC models at the moment, which are fully electric now, but I don't think there's enough infrastructure for electric cars now at the moment. There has to be a big investment by the government if they want people to be able to do that, you know. And, you know, Mercedes, probably most new cars coming out now will be hybrids anyway the next kind of few years.
I hear you.
So yeah.
But we're here, but thanks, that's been a great interview.
Well, absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to hearing myself on the old blog.
Appreciated.
No worries.
Wait 1 second. Oh, shit. Wait a minute, it's not stopped. We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.